Hey guys, welcome back to another episode. Tonight we have a special guest, Don from State of Lawn in Canada. This is kind of weird because this is the only show that I know of that is going across a couple different hemispheres, maybe. I don't know. I mean, there's different countries here, so this is going to be awesome. So, Don, thank you for coming on to Landscaping to the Point. I see you got a drink there. That's one of the main things is we always want to have a nice drink here and drink and talk. So what do you got there to drink, Don? Is it Milwaukee Best or something, maybe?
No, it probably should be a Molson or something like that since I'm from
Right.
Canada, but I've been trying to drop a couple pounds. So we're doing a little vodka soda from
Nice.
little nude vodka soda. So thanks for
Hmm.
having me on, Scott. I appreciate it. And yeah, I'm excited.
Thank you for joining us. So if you guys are out there and you're listening to it, grab a drink, sit down, listen to this. This is a great podcast. But if you're on your mower and you're trying to drink, do not drink and drive, please. Do not drink and drive. I mean, you can stop and drink first and then go back and drive, but don't drink and drive. So Don, you're from Canada. From what I gather, it's cold up there all the time. Is that correct?
So very different. And so we summer for us is kind of 2 months ish. July, August is kind of our summer. June, we can, in my part of Canada at least, we can still get snow. Uh, but yeah, like m- July, August is summer for us. So we're kind of halfway through summer now, and yeah, it's it is cold most of this winter. We do snow contracts for about 6 months of the year. So if that's any indication of how cold it gets up here, that's probably the best way of saying it.
Nice, nice. So you get snow in June and July. Is that what you get?
We have had snow in every month of the year at some point.
Wow.
Um, the if we get snow in June, July, August, September, it's super wet. It's just some random storm that comes in. So I'm in Calgary, which is kind of 45 minutes to an hour away from the Rocky Mountains, so similar to
Okay.
like a Denver kind of thing.
Right.
Um, so yeah, like if we get a storm at that time of year, it's super wet, but we're super close to the mountains, so those storms come in and they do hit us at times. But yeah, it's a different atmosphere or different kind of weather pattern here, kind of thing.
Nice, nice. So I've seen pictures of you in shorts. So I'm assuming that
We're going
you
there,
wear
eh?
shorts
We're going
and
there
more all the
already.
time.
Yeah, it's very rare. I'll wear, and my wife will attest to this. It is very rare for me to not have flip flops kind of at the back door to go do something. I'll
Right.
run into the garage with flip flops when it's like Celsius minus 40, which is I think once you get to minus 40, it's the same with Celsius Fahrenheit kind of thing.
Okay.
But yeah, it'll be like minus Fahrenheit, and I'll go put my flip flops on to run outside. And yeah, I know what you're talking about. There was that pic that went around for a bit. Yeah, snow doesn't bother me. Like if it's snowing, it's not that cold if it snows. At least for me. but, but yeah, it's I enjoy it. I really enjoy the four seasons. Um, I think that's something we're pretty fortunate about up here. It's a pretty short summer, but I really enjoy the fall and spring. I love that kind of feeling of spring starting and the growth and all that kind of stuff. And then
Right.
fall, we have a pretty long fall, although it will often snow during fall. It's usually pretty long, but I enjoy the four seasons. I think it's something I thrive on. So yeah,
Yeah, they are a good music group, Four Seasons. I mean, I've heard a couple of songs from them. I think they were in the top 40. So I mean, if
at one
anybody's
point.
listened to the Four Seasons, definitely listen to them. Don loves the Four Seasons, so I mean that's a great that we know that he loves Four Seasons, guys. So, um, anyways, Don, so tell me what kind of stuff do you do? I mean, I know I'm more of a landscaping guy. What kind of work do you guys do up there?
So we used to be more kind of do everything. So we do, the lawn care, the landscaping kind of thing. But I kind of made a decision last year to kind of more focus on just strictly lawn care.
Okay.
As you probably know, and I'm sure all of your listeners know, landscaping is a whole different kind of realm of um, it's it's funny because it's not that different to what we do, but I feel like it is very different to what we do. It's different equipment, it's different trucks, it's different trailers, it's different scheduling and everything like that. I kind of made the decision that with lawn care, you can kind of your list of 60 clients that you have. You have to do all of these ones every week. um, you can schedule it all, like in terms of scheduling scheduling employees and everything like that. It's super easy to do. um, so that's kind of the direction we headed. Landscaping, I still do a bit of it. There's always the client that talks me into it. I have one tomorrow that I'm doing a kind of a flower bed or garden bed, I guess, and some sod job tomorrow. I think it's the only one I'm doing this year, to be honest with you, that isn't just strictly lawn care.
Right.
Um, so I do get talked to it at times, but I kind of just made the decision to focus on lawn care because it was just easier to schedule. But
Nice. Nice. So
yeah,
what kind of sod do you guys use? I mean, I know we use kind of Kentucky blue from Kentucky. Where is yours like Cavalry blue? Is that what that is up there?
no, so it's ours is typically a Kentucky blue is still a big part of it.
Okay.
Kentucky blue and a fescue is typically what
Nice.
what we get up here. But
So pretty much almost the same thing. It's just probably, grown. Is it imported all the way from Kentucky like mine is?
no, no, they grow it just outside of town here.
Okay.
Honestly, I don't think our temperature or anything would be that much different. I think it's
Right.
just that we're colder longer would probably be the
The
typical
difference.
thing. Like, yeah, I know, like you guys have a longer summer and everything like that, but you guys do get cold temperatures. And I know one thing I've learned over the last couple of years actually too is with the colder grass seeds that we use, you honestly need the colder temperatures to actually get it to grow in. And I've noticed that a lot. I've tried to grow some grass seed even in my own yard in the warmer months, like in July, August, when we're getting, like today it was 30 degrees, which is, I think it'd be like 80, 85 for you guys.
Okay.
Um, and the grass seed, even at that time of year, for us, like that is warm temperature here. And the grass seed struggles with it. Like it's just a cooler temperature seed that we use, and it needs those cool temperatures at night to actually grow in. So, but
Nice.
I don't think it's that different from what you would see typically. If you go farther south, obviously, then that's a whole different world for me. But
Right. Nice. So what do you do for fun, Don? I know you got a couple kids. What do you do for fun?
uh gosh, I do I have time for fun? Um, Honestly, I really do enjoy working on equipment and that kind of thing, and I have some stuff coming out soon on my channel, all that kind of stuff, which we don't need to get into. But um, I really like tearing into equipment. Like that's something I do in the wintertime when it's not snowing.
Right.
Um, I like to pull equipment apart. I like to fix it. I'll buy stuff off of, like our version of, well, Facebook Marketplace. I know you guys have that, but
Right.
your version of, what is it called? Craigslist.
Right.
We have a Kijiji, it's called up here.
Okay.
Um, I'll randomly buy stuff. My wife probably hates me for this, but I'll buy stuff off of there, like random equipment that I like to make things work. So that's probably one of my biggest things is buying something at auction or off of Facebook Marketplace or Kijiji and try to get it to work. I really enjoy that kind of stuff. So that's probably my biggest thing that I like. If I have a couple free minutes, that's probably what I would focus on for sure.
Right. Nice. Nice. That sounds like you keep busy. I mean, I don't know
Uh,
how you have time for anything else. I mean,
it's true.
between everything you do and then, I'm surprised you got time for me today. I mean, this is probably
Always
like,
time for Scott.
you know, talk this time is probably time for something else, but I'm glad that you're on.
I'm
Um,
working on something down here right now.
yeah, about 12 pack.
Yeah. Also true.
Yeah. So, so Don, I always hear that every Canadian can speak French. Is that correct?
Bonjour, comment tu vas tu?
Oh, okay. So I guess so.
I can speak some French. I would say I can interpret it better than I can speak it.
Okay.
I'm in Western Canada, so kind of north of Montana, which
Mhm.
is pretty much almost as far as from Quebec as you can get. Um, but I've been to Quebec, I've been to Montreal, and it's a ton of fun. If you ever get a chance, it's a beautiful place. Um, but yeah, I can if someone talks to me in French, I can interpret it better than I can speak it for sure. But I catch every other word, right? Like
Right.
you can understand it. I'm sure a lot of people in the States, same kind of thing with Spanish and stuff like that, right? Like
Right.
you can't fully understand what people are saying, but you can catch the odd word.
Nice. So how
But
long
yeah.
you been in business, Don?
So we're coming up on 6 years next week, actually, I think. So
Nice.
pretty
Congratulations.
excited about that. Yeah, no, it's been good. This year has been challenging. We've gone through we've gone through a couple iterations of it in terms of what we're trying to do and everything like that. But yeah, this year, we kind of took a step back, I guess you could say. Um, I don't even know if you know this, Scott, but we I had a business partner, but we kind of went separate ways earlier this year.
Okay.
So I'm back to being solo. Um, I do it on the side, to be honest with you. Uh, we were kind of going full time permanent for him last year.
Right.
Well, for the last couple of years, to be honest with you. But this year we kind of took a step back, so it's just me again. I'm doing a part time. Um, I work full time, kind of downtown Calgary, accountant, oil and gas industry kind of thing. Um, but yeah, so that was a big change this year. But it's been good. It's been nice for me to get fully back into it. The last couple of years, I kind of taken a step back and focused maybe on other things. But it's been fun to be back in every day. Well, not every day, but I think 3 days a week. I'm kind of out there cutting lawns again, which has been fun. It's been good to get back into it. So
Nice. Nice. So you're the one that turns up the gas prices on us?
yeah, basically, uh,
That's great,
yeah,
Don.
gas prices are funny because obviously, like we have our group chat with the Echo Means business stuff,
Right.
and it's always funny to hear you guys complain about gas prices, and then if you do the conversion, I'm paying like $8 a gallon or whatever the conversion
Right.
would be. And I hear you guys complaining about it. And I'm like, dude, like it's like $4 a gallon more.
Right.
but but yeah, it is funny though, because we produce it up here and we're making it, but then we pay double the price of what
What we're
some of the guys
paying, yeah.
down there are doing. Yeah. But it is what it
Nice.
is. Prices up here are more. It's just the nature of supply chain and being farther away from most things. So
Nice. Have you
yeah.
ever been to UAG, not UAG, but the GIE, which is going to be
I have
the
not been to GIE, and as you know, I'm planning on coming down. I think I'm going to book it next week.
okay.
It's something I've wanted to do for probably 3 years, even before um, my involvement with Echo Means Business. It's something that I was pretty excited to do and see, and I've been, I'll be honest, kind of tempted the last couple of months with all the travel issues. I've thought about, is this the best decision? Like, it's not going to be cheap, but I
Right.
think I'm just going to do it. I think it's something I want to do. I want to come down and see you guys all in person again, and yeah, I'm gonna do it. I'm excited. Um, I want to see all the equipment. I want to see how big it is. Like it's
It's
everything I've
huge.
seen and read. Yeah, like I can't even fathom how big it is based on what
You
I've seen and every yeah
it's like walking through the Echo building, pretty much just through the
for just
factory, pretty much
days.
that's just equipment upon equipment.
Well, yeah, and
So
like you see Echo, like you go to Echo, and that was just like I couldn't even see the end of that warehouse. Like it's just ridiculous when you think about it. And then to see other like there's just things I'm going to see. I know that I just had no clue was even an option. And
right.
obviously, living in Canada, I know that we're probably not going to get half of the stuff that's available there up here. But yeah, it'll be a ton of fun, and I'm looking forward to it. And I'm 100% committed to coming down. So yeah, I'm booking it like legit next week. So
Nice, nice. I'll be glad to have you around, man. I mean,
yeah, it'll be fun.
it's a great networking. I mean, I know we'd networked before a couple of months ago, but just
Yeah,
the network, there's going to be tons and tons of people there, and that's going to be I think between that and getting lost in equipment, like you said, I think you're going to get lost in stuff that you've never seen before, and you're going to be like, what's this? Like, I've never heard of this company, and
oh yeah,
I've never seen something like this. You're going to be blown away too at that point also. So,
oh for sure. Like yeah, talking to the other guys and stuff like that, like the stuff that I think that's the best part about what we have at times, like with Echo Means Business and all that kind of thing. Like just seeing like on the chat group, and then also like just on echomeansbusiness.com, like seeing that the stuff that people talk about and the different things that are available to people that I honestly would have no clue about. Like there's just and I can order pretty much 95% of up here in Canada, but I just wouldn't know about it because it's just not I don't want to say it's not marketed up here, but it's just not something that I see every day.
right,
Um, there's just so much out there that specific for this industry that you wouldn't have a clue about until you really almost dive deep into it. Like I remember the first time that I even heard about Echo Means Business. There's two YouTube channels that I followed, or I shouldn't even say follow, but I watched was uh, oh god. So you have Brad down in Florida, which obviously he's done some fun stuff, and Brad Bear, which I hope he's coming up to the thing. Um, GIE or what is it
I
now?
know he
It's
came last
Equipment
year and
Expo.
he was there. I think he stayed like one day and that was it because he was like, I'm just so
Yeah,
bored. So,
sounds about
so
right.
I'm assuming he'll be there probably for a day.
And
Um,
then oh gosh, I'm gonna feel terrible for saying this now. The guy used to be in well, he's in BC. Lawn care, business success, I
yeah,
think is his thing.
yeah,
Um,
Julio, yeah,
Julio.
yep,
Yeah, from BC. Um, I honestly, I talked to him on Instagram chat a couple times. He was super generous about his time, and um, but yeah, like two amazing YouTube channels and all that kind of stuff. But
hmm
it was it's it's funny how this industry is because I looked for a while for something, um, and it doesn't need to be Echo Means Business, and obviously we're both
right,
a part of that. So, and it's been a big part, I think, of both of our careers slash um, lives. But
right,
um, I always wanted something like that, like something where people would share in what they've done right, pros and cons of doing certain things, and it was something I always looked for. But I found when you looked for it directly in your area, like people didn't want to, like guys in Calgary didn't want to share that with you. Like
right,
I think they thought that you were trying to steal their customers, or they didn't want to share their secrets because you were competitors, kind of thing. So I think that's the best part about all of this. Like obviously we chatted, we were in Chicago, we had our own conversation, I know, on the bus talking about winter stuff, and it was just nice to share tips and tricks and not
right,
feel like I knew you were telling me the truth. I knew you were
right,
saying what worked for you. We talked about aerators and all that kind of stuff.
Right.
Like, it's just nice to talk to people that you can be just open and upfront with, and give them the tips that you've done, and why you've made those decisions, and not feel like I well, I guess I would never feel like someone was taking my ideas, because they're all probably crap, but
Right.
um but just to share ideas and tips, and hear them, and not feel like I knew you were being honest with me. You're telling me what
Right.
you guys are doing, and what works and what doesn't. And that's amazing. That's what I love most about kind of getting to know some of you guys. And that's why I'm looking forward to the Equipment Expo.
Nice. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
there's a lot there. I mean, you are kind of right. I think even in our area, I mean, before I even became part of Echomeat's business, it was kind of like there is a lot of business in our area, and there's a lot of competitors, and they always think that you're going to steal their customers. And I did talk to Tino last week about it, and it was the same thing. It's just like there's a lot of companies out there, and they put down on you like, oh, I don't want nothing to do with this guy. I don't want to help this guy out. And to be part of the Echo Means business, to talk to other people, all around the world is just amazing, and be able to, talk to them about anything, like you said, about aerators or anything, and just, give them how you are and how you do it and what you can do to help out somebody else is just amazing. So I'm glad to
Oh
be
yeah,
part
and
of the Echo Means business. So,
oh, for sure. And I think it's funny too, because if you would have asked me a year ago about what you mentioned, Tino lives in
right,
Texas. Tino is in the exact, probably opposite weather
right,
pattern as I am.
right,
But I see him and Ricky, and see some of the stuff they're doing, and listening to what he's doing, and like, it's not the same, but there's a lot of things you can take from what they're doing, and
right.
I hope he sees, and I'm sure he does. I'm sure he looks at things that we're doing up here, and
Oh
he
yeah,
sees, like, just different ideas. And the best part about it is that it's probably not something that most people down there are thinking about, because it's so different. Do you know what I
hmm,
mean? Like, we're coming at it from a completely different angle up here, when it's cold 6 to 7 months of the year.
right,
Um, so I think that's the best part, is just learning from people, and learning from people that you wouldn't think you would get anything from. And that's not from a point of being, stuck up or anything like that. It's just, I wouldn't I wouldn't imagine, like, on a typical day, I wouldn't think I would learn much from a guy from Texas, just
right,
because it's so different of a weather pattern. But
right.
I've learned a lot from him, and maybe it's not the typical day-to-day stuff, but he's doing some pretty cool stuff. So
Oh yeah, I think that
yeah.
there's a lot of people out there you can learn from, and you know, and it's not, 90% of the time it's not people off YouTube. It's off of like Echo Means Business, or another person off of Instagram, or that wants to share and actually give the time and help out, and that's amazing. That there's us out there and we're willing to do this and help out. And there's, like you said, you can give me a different area and they'll help you out with something that they could, or teach you something that you didn't know about, and you can be like, okay, now I know how to do that, because I might be able to do it one time out of the rest of my life, but at least I'll know how to do it and know how to approach it from there. So it's
Well,
amazing.
honestly, yeah. So just on that note, like, I know our friend Justin. I think is he in Tennessee?
Yeah,
You
he's
probably know that.
around Clarksville,
Yeah,
where he's at. Yep.
I love his stuff, and he is doing stuff that I am terrified of ever doing. But I I legit got a chainsaw last week, and I'm gonna corner him when we're down in Kentucky, and I'm gonna tell him to teach me how to climb a tree. Like,
Right.
that's something. I think that's something that I could add to my business,
Right.
and and it terrifies me. But 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 he's a good guy, and honestly, like, I messaged him talking
Right.
about what kind of saw I should get, and he replied like ASAP, like, and that's the best part. And
Right.
honestly, it's it's more than Echo Means Business. It's obviously Echo Means Business has brought all of us together, kind of thing, but um it's crazy, this industry, when you start to talk to people, and you start to talk about the camaraderie and all that kind of stuff. Like, and like I said earlier, it's so different when you're not competitors.
Right.
It's like I I messaged a couple of the guys when I first became part of Echo Means Business, and they were sending me pricing charts and all this stuff, and it was just like this was information that I never even knew I could get. But like it is like everyone is so welcoming, and
Right.
it's amazing. Like, you know, it is. I keep hammering this point, but it's an amazing group of people, and I'm excited to be a part of it.
Yeah. I mean, I am too. I mean, I know you're new this year. I'm hoping you're having a great time. I've been in it, I don't know, 4 or 5 years. I don't know. I'm kind of like a veteran, but who knows?
You're a
Um,
senior.
yeah, I'm just the person that pushes the buttons behind the scenes, between everybody else. But but I'm glad you're part of it. I mean, I'm glad of everybody that's part of the UAG group that has been part of the UAG group in the past years, and it's amazing to see how this place has grown. And you know, when I started, it wasn't that big, and now it's huge, and we make a big impact, I feel, on the community all across. And like you said, it's to be able to just ask a question and not get that, oh, I don't know, I'll flip you around to somebody else, or I'll send you to my secretary, she'll tell you what to do. They
Well,
actually answer, so
yeah, well, and to not be judged. Like, there's questions that go out at times, and it's like I don't know. I'm like, what do you do with this lawn? Like,
right,
it's looking a little brown. Like, what should I do this time? And nobody ever judges you on what you've done, or you know what I mean. Like,
right,
there's none of that kind of stuff. Or my mower broke down, and what should I do with this? And I know I posted questions in the group about should I buy this mower? I'm a residential mower kind of guy. I'm doing it part
right,
time. Um, I know I reached out to a couple of the guys and just said, hey, like, this one's available at an auction. Like, what do you guys think about it? Like, what should I pay, kind of thing. Like, um, there's never any judgment, and there's always people that you can reach out to that have done what you're trying to do, which is amazing to me.
right,
There's guys that are way above what I'm doing, and very different to what I'm doing, but they're also always willing to chat with you and tell you what they were doing at that time too. So
right,
I think that's what's amazing about it, is that, like, even if people aren't um like, well, I'll be honest with you, like, I'm strictly residential city lots, and my city lots are like, you know 4,000 square foot places. And I know a lot of the guys in Echo, guys and gals, I should say, because there's a lot of great gals in the group.
yeah,
Um, most of you guys are like, you're doing ride on mowers all day, right? Like,
right.
for you to push a mower is rare.
Well, I've been pushing
Um,
one this year. I've had a lot of breakdowns this year, so I mean, I
well, that's
think
different.
Friday was a big breakdown for everybody this
Yeah,
Friday.
that's
So
true. Friday was a tough day. I
yeah,
made sure I
so
didn't start mine on Friday because of that. But like, honest, we like, if we want to talk specifics, like, I did 17 lawns yesterday, all
okay,
push mower. Like,
wow,
I don't do ride on. Um, I have probably two properties maybe that you could do ride on, but
okay,
one of them basically just said, like, I don't want to ride on my property. Like, they're heavier. They tear up stuff in June-ish, July, and that's just not something I'm interested in. So yeah, it's very different at times, because I know most of you guys, like, for you guys to pull out a push mower is probably extremely
rare.
rare.
Yeah, it's rare.
But that's my life. Like, I bought a honestly, I bought a 30-inch mower last year, and it just changed my world because I could do it so much quicker.
Right.
But that's the beauty and the difference of everyone that's in this industry, right? Like,
Hmm.
I'm gonna come down. I know I'm gonna come down to Kentucky and go to that conference. There's going to be 90% of something stuff that I'm probably not even going to be that would even be in my realm, but
Right.
there's going to be a lot of stuff that I'm excited about and want to see. But yeah, that's the beauty of it all, is that we're all the same, but it is so different in terms of the equipment and stuff that we use. So
Nice. Nice. I can't wait till it comes, man. I
yeah,
really can't. I mean, it's only a couple months away.
it's coming quick. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm excited.
So, I mean, I'm totally excited. It's a, like I said, it'll be a big difference for you. I mean, to be able to see all that stuff and, definitely take the time and try to ride some of that stuff, if nothing else. And at least you know that you've ridden it. And if you eventually want to get bigger, you can get bigger. If not, then
I'm gonna ride it and crash into everything probably. So maybe I'll let you ride it.
they
I'll
have
just
hay bales
watch.
all over
I'll
and
film it for
hills, and
you, buddy.
you just let me know when you're going out and I'll find
Yeah.
you. We'll
Or
film
maybe
it,
you should
okay?
hide if I'm gonna ride something. Just go hide somewhere else.
It's the ones that the big equipment that they have there. There was a big excavator last year, and I was just kind of scared this crap out of it because they had this big snow pusher on it, and they're pushing it across the parking lot, and I'm like, I don't know about this. I don't even know walking by this thing because I don't even know if they even know what they're doing, how quick they're gonna stop or what. So it's a big difference when you're there. So you just hope that they can operate it fine and not in a hurry. So, you know, but
So how many? Here's a question for you, if you don't
yeah,
mind me
yeah,
flipping the switch.
yeah,
How many? So you guys, you do some snow.
yep,
So how many? And I know in the States it's a bit of a different world. You guys do it based on kind of snow days and all that kind of thing. How
right.
many snow days would you have had last year where you actually went out and cleared?
I would say there was 8 times that we went out last year.
8. Okay.
Yep, that we actually pushed. There was 2 that we went out and salted. So it's kind of like a salt is for us is like a half an inch or
Hmm.
less. But everything else, anything over that is pretty much plowable. So
Yeah.
I'd say 8 times we really got out last year. So I mean it's not much. In the past it's been more than that. A lot of my bigger contracts are kind of plowed out at 1 to 2 inches. And then they're set to where they're guaranteed that I'll be there for 13 times for the year. And then after that, it's kind of like you pay double for me to be out there at that time. Because barely do we get to where we're at 13 times for one year. And if we get to 13 times, I'm glad,
Yeah.
but if it's under that, I'm still glad, you know.
Well, you're
So,
still, yeah. So it's a
you
guaranteed
know,
kind of contract for
right.
13. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, I know you probably more than that, compared to us. But like you said, I know that one time you went out and it was gone by that afternoon. So, I mean, I can see the big difference between you and us, like we might only have it 2.5 months and get that 8 times, but it sticks here for, a couple days. So, you
Yeah.
know,
So yeah, our snow contracts are typically November 1st to end of March. So it's at 5 months.
hmm
Um, we like December, January, February, it's super cold up here, so it'll stick. Um, it'll be here for a couple days at least, minimum, if not longer. Um, but then you have the like March, April, um, it can melt, right? Obviously, like
right,
it might snow, half an inch or an inch kind of thing, but it's so wet at that time of year that it'll typically melt. So you can kind of play that by a year. But yeah, our contracts, we do it a little differently. We do, I know a lot of you guys do it by snow days or by depth of snow.
right,
Up here, typically we do contracts. We do monthly contracts, November 1st to March 31st, and we'll come out as many times as it needs to, which has burned me sometimes,
right,
but typically over the course of the year, if you do November 1st to March 31st, it kind of works out where, you know, like this past year, I think I went out once in November, and then like 2 to 3 days in December, and then January, February hit us pretty hard, but that's just the nature of it, right? I
Right.
kind of bid them in terms of 5 snowfalls a month. That's kind of how I
Figure it out.
figure it out in terms of cost and all that kind of stuff. So, but this past year kind of sucked. Like I was out Christmas Day for 5 or 6 hours, which kind of sucked.
Wow.
But
Oh yeah.
that's just the nature of it. But people were really good about it. Like I'm usually out pretty early, but Christmas Day we definitely did Christmas gifts at home and stuff like that. And then I
Right.
snuck away before we had to start Christmas dinner. But
Nice. Well, this is about all the time we got, guys. I want to thank Don for being here. Don, where can we find you at?
yeah, thanks for having me. I really appreciate it. I probably talked too much, but Stawata Lawn, stawatalawn.ca, on Instagram, Stawata Lawn, on Facebook, same kind of handle kind of thing, but Instagram's probably my biggest thing. And yeah, thanks for having me on, Scott. I really appreciate it. I'm sorry I
Thank
talked too
you.
much, and
Hey,
looking forward to seeing you in Kentucky and
yep.
having a couple of beers.
Oh yeah, I can't wait. Also follow Don on Echo Means Business. Keep following me
Yes,
here.
sir.
Uh, keep following the podcast. Listen up, and keep drinking and enjoying it, having fun. We're always having fun. I know I'm gonna enjoy having time with Donna in Kentucky like we did in Chicago a couple months ago.
For
And
sure.
you never know. We'll probably record some more here, especially
We
over there.
should.
So, we'll probably
Definitely.
be up till 3, 4 in the morning if we can keep Don up that late. So,
It's
um,
pretty rare, but yeah, might happen.
so thank you guys for all staying on here and listen to us. Keep following us. Follow us at Landscaping to the Point also. And follow me at Landscaping by Acme. Thank you guys. Have a good night.
Thanks, Scott.
Thank you.